Welcome to Stellar Stories, where we dive into the wonder-filled corners of the cosmos and explore the strange, the mind-bending, and today, the joyfully uplifting. In this episode, we're shifting gears from black holes and quantum weirdness to something a little more wholesome. We're counting down the top 15 happiest facts in science. These aren't your average feel-good facts. These are the kind of mind-expanding, soul-lifting revelations that make you pause and go, wow. The universe is kind of beautiful. From stars that seed galaxies with the ingredients of life, to time itself stretching in ways that might offer strange forms of cosmic immortality. This is science at its most heartening, its most awe-inspiring, and yes, its weirdest. Let's dive in. You are made of stardust, and so is everything you love. It's not just poetic metaphor, it's literal, scientific truth. The atoms that make up your body, your bones, your blood, your brain, were forged in the hearts of stars. Billions of years ago, the early universe contained only the lightest elements, hydrogen, helium, and a sprinkle of lithium. That's it. No carbon, no oxygen, no iron, certainly no DNA, daisies, dogs, or donuts. But then the first stars ignited. Inside these massive stellar furnaces, nuclear fusion began transforming simple elements into heavier ones. Carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, iron, the very ingredients that would one day become the foundation for life. And when those stars reached the end of their life cycles, many of them exploded in spectacular supernovae, scattering their enriched guts across space. Those stellar remains floated through the galaxy, mixing, cooling, coalescing. New stars formed, new planets, and eventually, on at least one tiny world orbiting a medium-sized star, those atoms became oceans, trees, and people, wondering where they came from. In fact, about 93% of your body's mass comes from elements forged inside stars. Carl Sagan wasn't exaggerating when he said, "We are made of star stuff, and it's not just us. Everything around you, your friends, your cat, the device you're watching this on, is the product of cosmic alchemy. The atoms in your hand once burned inside a star. And someday, when our sun dies, the matter that makes up you might return to the galaxy, becoming part of something or someone new." There's a kind of immortality in that, a reminder that in the grand recycling of the cosmos, nothing truly ends. So the next time you're feeling small, remember, you are the universe, aware of itself. You are made of stars. The universe has a Goldilocks zone, and we're in it. Amidst the cold vacuum of space, with its black holes, cosmic radiation, and frozen voids, there exists one miraculous little oasis, Earth. But what makes this even more astonishing is that our entire universe seems to be unusually well suited for life. This is known as the fine-tuning problem, and it's one of the happiest puzzles in physics. Many of the fundamental constants of nature, like the strength of gravity, the charge of the electron, or the rate of cosmic expansion, are set to precisely the right values to allow stars, planets, chemistry, and life to exist. Take gravity. If it were just a tiny bit stronger, the universe would have collapsed back in on itself. Just a tiny bit weaker, and stars and galaxies might never have formed at all. Or consider the cosmological constant, which governs how fast the universe expands. If it were just slightly larger, space would have blown apart too quickly for galaxies or matter to clump together. Poof, no stars, no planets, no life. Even the mass of the neutron versus the proton matters by mere decimal points. If their masses were just a touch different, atoms as we know them couldn't form, and chemistry, the foundation of life, would fall apart. Now, physicists don't fully understand why the universe seems so finely tuned for life. Some suggest it's coincidence. Others propose a multiverse, where countless other universes with different parameters exist, but we live in the lucky one, where the cosmic dials were set just right. But whatever the reason, the fact remains, we live in a universe where the conditions are not just survivable, they're life-enabling. Not too hot, not too cold, not too chaotic, not too simple, just right. It's as if, against astronomical odds, the cosmos said, let there be stars, let there be life, let there be you, and that's worth smiling about. The universe is expanding, and that's actually a good thing. When most people hear that the universe is expanding, they might imagine galaxies flying apart, stars drifting away into an ever-growing cold emptiness. But here's the happy twist. The expansion of the universe is one of the most exciting, awe-inspiring things about our existence. In fact, it's one of the best things that could happen for life as we know it. Let's break it down. First discovered by Edwin Hubble in 1929, the fact that galaxies are moving away from us, each one racing away at a speed proportional to its distance, confirmed that the universe isn't static. This was a game changer, shaking up old ideas about the cosmos. But here's the really happy part. The expansion of the universe isn't just some random fact. It's the cosmic breath of life that allows the universe to keep growing, evolving, and fostering the conditions for even more spectacular phenomena. Why does this matter? Well, the fact that the universe is expanding means that matter is being spread out over time. This may seem counterintuitive, but this expansion actually dilutes the effects of cosmic radiation, galactic collisions, and other high-energy events that could be destructive for life. Moreover, this expansion is believed to be fueled by a mysterious force, dark energy, which rather than pulling the universe apart into chaos, works in a way that could one day drive the creation of new structures, stars, and even galaxies. It's as if the universe is constantly rejuvenating itself, expanding into a future filled with infinite possibilities. In fact, the universe expanding means more space for stars to form in regions untouched by dense galactic clusters. That extra space leads to new star nurseries, new planets, and fresh, unspoiled cosmic environments where life, perhaps in ways we can't even fathom, could emerge. So, as galaxies drift further apart, it's not just space that's growing, it's the potential for even greater things to exist. The universe is expanding, and in a beautiful twist, it's providing more room for everything good, new, and exciting. And we, lucky as we are living in one of the most thrilling moments in cosmic history. Neutron stars, the densest objects in the universe, and they're actually kind of beautiful. Picture this: a star, once massive and brilliant, has exhausted its fuel, collapsed under its own gravity, and transformed into one of the most extreme objects in the universe, a neutron star. A neutron star is what remains after a supernova explosion. When a massive star goes supernova, it leaves behind a tiny, incredibly dense core. But here's where it gets amazing. A neutron star is so dense that a single teaspoon of its material would weigh as much as a mountain. Imagine squeezing the mass of our sun into an object no more than 12 miles wide. That's how insanely dense they are. But here's the real kicker. Despite their incredible density, neutron stars can actually become beacons of light. These stars are often found spinning rapidly, up to 700 times per second, emitting beams of radiation like cosmic lighthouses. We call these fast-spinning neutron stars pulsars. This combination of density and rapid rotation leads to some of the most beautiful and intriguing phenomena in space. Pulsars emit beams of electromagnetic radiation that can be seen as regular pulses of light, like a cosmic heartbeat. And some of these pulses are so precise that they rival the accuracy of the most advanced atomic clocks on Earth. In fact, astronomers sometimes use pulsars as cosmic timekeepers. Not only that, but neutron stars also act as natural laboratories for studying matter under extreme conditions, far beyond what we can recreate on Earth. They provide scientists with a unique opportunity to test theories about the behavior of matter under unimaginable pressure and temperature. So, while neutron stars might sound like the dark remnants of old stars, they're actually one of the universe's most captivating and beautiful mysteries. They remind us that even in the death of stars, there's beauty, wonder, and incredible discoveries to be made. The universe has a hidden symphony of sound. Sound waves are something we usually associate with our atmosphere, like the gentle hum of a breeze or a favourite song on the radio. But did you know that the universe also has its own kind of sound? While sound waves can't travel through the vacuum of space, that doesn't mean space is silent. In fact, the universe is filled with waves and vibrations that can be translated into sound. This sound is more like the vibrations of objects moving through space, like pulsars, supernovae, and even the cosmic microwave background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang. Scientists have found ways to convert these vibrations into audio frequencies that we can hear. For example, when scientists observe the movement of galaxies or the oscillations of space-time itself, they can translate those vibrations into sound waves that we can listen to. What's even cooler is that these sounds can tell us a lot about the nature of the universe. When a star goes supernova, it creates a rippling shockwave that sends out vibrations, essentially cosmic sound waves that carry information about the explosion. Similarly, the ringing of black holes, the oscillation of the cosmic microwave background, and even the hum of distant stars can be converted into sounds that reveal hidden patterns about the universe's structure and history. One of the most fascinating examples of this is the sound of gravitational waves, which were first detected in 2015. These waves, caused by extremely energetic events like black hole mergers, are like the ripples in space-time itself. When scientists converted these ripples into sound, they heard a chirp, as if the universe itself was letting out a cosmic sigh. These sounds don't just reveal hidden aspects of space, they remind us that even in the cold, silent void, the universe is alive with energy, rhythm, and activity. In a way, the universe is constantly singing to us. Its song is a reminder that even in the most unexpected places, there are vibrations and rhythms that carry messages about the stars, the galaxies, and the very fabric of space-time itself. Stars are born from cosmic dust. You might think of stars as these incredibly bright, hot balls of gas. But did you know that stars are actually born from something much more humble, cosmic dust? This cosmic dust is not the dust you find on your furniture. No, this dust is made up of tiny particles of matter scattered throughout space, and it's incredibly important in the grand scheme of things. It's made of elements like carbon, silicon, oxygen, and metals that get mixed into the gas clouds that fill the universe. What's truly magical about this dust is that it is the building block of stars. Stars are born from giant clouds of gas and dust called nebulae. Over time, gravity begins to pull the particles together, and the cloud begins to collapse in on itself. As it contracts, it heats up, and at the core, a new star begins to form. In this way, cosmic dust is the seed of a star, the very foundation from which the light we see in the night sky originates. But that's not all. Stars don't just form from cosmic dust. They return the favour by recycling this dust. When stars reach the end of their lives and explode as supernovae, they scatter vast amounts of new dust and elements into the universe. This dust then becomes part of the next generation of stars, planets, and even life itself. We're all literally made of stardust. So, next time you look up at the twinkling stars, remember that every single one of them started out as something seemingly insignificant, a cloud of cosmic dust. The universe is expanding faster than ever. The universe has been expanding ever since the Big Bang, but did you know that it's actually expanding faster and faster? That's right. The expansion of the cosmos isn't slowing down as you'd expect, it's accelerating. In the late 1990s, astronomers made an incredible discovery when they were studying distant supernovae, exploding stars. They had expected to find that the expansion of the universe was slowing down due to gravity, pulling everything back together. But instead, they found that the universe was speeding up. This led to the discovery of a mysterious force called dark energy, which is thought to be responsible for this acceleration. Dark energy makes up about 70% of the universe's total energy content, and it's the driving force behind the accelerated expansion. It's a pretty mind-boggling idea. There's a force out there that we can't see, feel, or directly detect, but it's pushing the entire universe apart faster and faster. And while we don't fully understand what dark energy is yet, it's one of the most exciting areas of research in modern cosmology. The fact that the universe is still growing and getting faster every day is kind of like watching a balloon inflate quicker and quicker. Each day, more stars, galaxies, and entire clusters of galaxies are moving farther apart, and the universe keeps expanding beyond what we can even imagine. It's a thrilling idea. The universe, instead of being a static thing, is alive with growth and change, constantly expanding into the unknown. And who knows, maybe one day we'll discover even more fascinating secrets about this mysterious force that's shaping our cosmos. There's a planet made of diamonds. You may have heard of the phrase "a diamond in the sky," but did you know that there's an actual planet made mostly of diamonds? Meet 55 Cancri E, a super-Earth located about 40 light-years away in the constellation of Cancer. This planet is 2 times the size of Earth and has a surface temperature hot enough to melt metal, around 3,900 degrees Fahrenheit, or 2,150 degrees Celsius. What makes 55 Cancri E so special, however, is that it likely contains an enormous amount of carbon in the form of diamond. You see, the conditions on 55 Cancri E are extreme. Its high temperature and pressure mean that carbon, which is typically found in the form of coal or graphite on Earth, is compressed into diamonds. Scientists believe the core of this planet is a huge diamond ocean, making it a literal diamond planet. Imagine that, entire landscapes of glittering, sparkling diamonds. While this planet is far too hot for human life, the idea that diamonds, one of the most precious substances on Earth, are scattered throughout an entire planet is, ironically, pretty damn cool. Though it's more of a cosmic curiosity, this discovery adds to the mystery and beauty of the universe, showing us that nature has an infinite number of surprising ways to create something extraordinary. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the Earth's beaches. It's often said that there are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth, and while this may sound like an exaggeration, it's actually true. Recent estimates suggest that there are over 100 billion galaxies in the observable universe, each containing hundreds of billions, if not trillions, of stars. In fact, it's been calculated that the number of stars in the observable universe is around 1 septillion, which is far more than the total number of grains of sand on all the Earth's beaches combined. If you're thinking, how is that even possible? Just consider that the observable universe is vast, and space stretches for billions of light years in every direction. Our own Milky Way galaxy, for example, contains about 100 billion stars, and that's just one galaxy out of potentially trillions. So, when you add it all up, the number of stars far exceeds the number of grains of sand on Earth by an unimaginable margin. This mind-blowing fact really puts the vastness of the universe into perspective. It's not just our planet that's surrounded by stars. The entire cosmos is a glittering ocean of them. It's a humbling thought. You're standing on a tiny blue dot in an infinite sea of stars, all with their own planets, their own possibilities, and their own cosmic stories. The next time you're on a beach, take a moment to look at the sand beneath your feet and imagine that the stars above you outnumber it by 1 billion times over. The sun's energy is too powerful to ever run out, at least for 5 billion years. Have you ever wished you could bottle up the energy of the sun? Well, it turns out the sun is far more generous than we think. It's constantly giving us energy, and there's enough to last for billions of years. The sun, at the heart of our solar system, is essentially a gigantic nuclear fusion reactor. Every second, it fuses 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium, releasing an incredible amount of energy in the process. This energy is what powers the sun's light and warmth that we rely on for life on Earth. And here's the coolest part. This process has been going on for about 4.5 billion years, and it's expected to continue for at least another 5 billion years before the sun exhausts its fuel. The energy produced by the sun is so immense that it's impossible for us to ever run out of it, at least not for many generations to come. In fact, just 1 second of sunlight reaching the Earth contains more energy than the entire world uses in a year. So, even though we may be concerned about energy sources on Earth, the sun remains a reliable, infinite source of power, lighting up the sky and keeping us warm for eons. In a sense, this everlasting cosmic furnace makes us realize just how tiny and yet resilient we are. The sun's abundance of energy is a reminder that, at least for now, we're bathed in the warmth of the cosmos, and this beautiful, life-sustaining power shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. The universe is expanding faster than we can imagine, and it's not slowing down. Imagine this. You're standing on the surface of the Earth, and suddenly everything around you begins to stretch. Not just a little stretch, but the entire universe itself, every galaxy, star, and planet, moving away from you faster than you can blink. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But it's happening right now. Since the Big Bang, about 13.8 billion years ago, the universe has been expanding. What's even more mind-blowing is that this expansion is speeding up over time. You'd think that over the course of billions of years, the forces of gravity would slow things down. Instead, thanks to a mysterious force called dark energy, the universe's expansion is accelerating faster than ever before. In fact, it's expanding faster than the speed of light in some regions. At the heart of this cosmic acceleration lies one of the biggest mysteries in physics. Dark energy makes up about 68% of the universe and is essentially pushing everything apart. But here's the happy part. This means that the universe will continue to grow and evolve forever, creating new galaxies, stars, and cosmic structures. As a result, the cosmos will never stop expanding into a grand, beautiful, and evolving future. The sheer immensity and continuity of the universe's expansion can make us feel insignificant, but it also reminds us that the universe is alive, dynamic, and ever-changing. Every day we're getting a little farther from the stars and galaxies we once knew, but in this vast and endless expansion, there's an infinite number of possibilities. The universe is constantly reinventing itself, and we're right along for the ride. Tardigrades are indestructible. The animal kingdom holds some of the most remarkable creatures, but one tiny creature takes the crown for being the most resilient of them all, the tardigrade, also known as the water bear. These microscopic animals, which can be as small as 0.5 millimeters in length, have an extraordinary superpower. They can survive the harshest conditions in the universe, including space itself. Tardigrades are able to endure environments that would quickly obliterate most living organisms. From the freezing cold of outer space to boiling hot springs and even extreme radiation, tardigrades thrive where life would otherwise be impossible. They achieve this by entering a state known as cryptobiosis, where they dry out completely and enter a sort of suspended animation. In this state, they can withstand intense dehydration, extreme temperatures, from minus 458 degrees Fahrenheit to over 150 degrees Fahrenheit, and even the vacuum of space. In 2007, scientists sent tardigrades into space aboard a satellite. When they returned, they were alive and well, having survived radiation, the vacuum, and extreme temperature fluctuations. This means that tardigrades don't just survive, they can reawaken and live after conditions that would obliterate most forms of life. This incredible ability to survive almost anything has earned tardigrades the title of the toughest creatures on Earth, and they remind us that life is incredibly adaptable. No matter how extreme the conditions, life will always find a way to endure and evolve. So next time you're feeling down, just think of the tiny, indestructible tardigrade, proof that even the smallest beings can endure the toughest challenges. The immortal jellyfish, Tardigrades Are Indestructible. The ocean is home to some astonishing creatures, and none are quite as magical as the immortal jellyfish, scientifically known as Tardigrades Are Indestructible. This remarkable creature has a secret: it can reverse aging and essentially become immortal. When faced with physical damage or unfavorable conditions, the immortal jellyfish has the ability to revert its cells back to their earliest state. In essence, it transforms its adult cells into youthful, specialized cells, again, almost like starting life over. This process, called transdifferentiation, allows the jellyfish to turn back into a polyp, its earliest life stage, and from there, it can start the entire life cycle anew. Essentially, it can bypass death and restart its life indefinitely. This miraculous ability to reverse aging has fascinated scientists who are studying the mechanisms that enable the jellyfish to become biologically ageless. It's believed that this process might hold secrets for combating aging and prolonging life in other organisms, including humans. Imagine being able to reset your life cycle, essentially living forever if you never get sick or injured. While the immortal jellyfish might not live forever in the traditional sense due to predation or disease, its ability to effectively bypass the aging process makes it one of the most fascinating creatures on Earth. The world is full of mysterious and awe-inspiring life forms, and this jellyfish is a reminder that sometimes nature has a way of breaking all the rules. And there you have it, 15 of the happiest, most mind-blowing facts in science. From the far reaches of space to the wonders of the animal kingdom, the universe has a way of reminding us just how amazing and interconnected everything is. So next time you need a little boost, remember these incredible facts. The universe is full of surprises. Thanks for watching Stellar Stories. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.